This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadar from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I want to play this video, an episode from The Simpsons. And we know that there's a whole, stigma around Esau, the higher up elites, the top elite banking families. They use media, TV shows, music, and movies to kind of try to prophesy their plans. It's another thing called predictive programming, in which they show you what they're going to do or what they want to do before they do it. And the Simpsons have been known to, have basically foretold of a lot of different events that were to happen. Main moments like Donald Trump being president, among other things. They say that they pretty much predicted 9/11, which everybody knows about that by this point. All right, but there's an interesting episode. I really don't know how long it's been out. All right, but it's very interesting. It seems like it was something recent, though. And, I'm going to play most of the video. I'm going to pause it. I am claiming Fair Use Act right now. I'm going to post a link in the description just in case Esau want to fucking play. All right, but nonetheless, I started out with reading Jeremiah chapter 30. All right, going into Jacob's trouble, and how we have to always put emphasis on the fact that this time that we're fastly approaching is going to be a time like none other. You can read about different points in history that were horrific, full of calamities and peril. All right, but this time that we're coming into is going to top it all. And it's called Jacob's trouble because Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to be the main focal point. All right, you're going to be in trouble. All right, and we're going to be in the midst. But what did it say in the latter part of verse 7? It says, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is that he? The Lord's servants, his elect. They're going to be preserved from these sad perils that's coming. The Lord is going to protect them. And that's why we do whatever we can and give diligence to make our calling and election sure. We're working out our own salvation with fear and trembling because we want to be worthy to escape these things that are coming upon the earth. But we must, it is our job to prophesy and forewarn you of what the scriptures say. So whenever we see, movies or TV shows or news articles that pretty much depict, in a sense, what may be for to come, and we can filter it through the scriptures, we do so, so that, you can get a visual idea, even though, you can't really visualize how bad Jacob's trouble is going to be. It's a time like never before. So many things are going to be happening, and there's a lot going on even right now, but I've been doing a lot of videos on these rolling blackouts, all right, and how Esau has been planning. He's been warning of these blackouts for months now, years now. And I have an episode right here from the Simpsons where it depicts what happens, and there's some heavy stuff in it, man. So whenever I hear something prophetic, all right, we're gonna go into it, but let's get into this. Once again, Fair Use Act.
And the game comes down to this one play, a final field goal. The kick is up, it hits the crossbar, and down! Anarchy, the end of civilization, coming soon to an America near you.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
Boom. First of all, what's this? 20 seconds in, already, some things that are very much on point. Let's go into the fact that America is Rome all over again, and we're just going to hit a point on that. This is the revived Roman Empire. And let's get into it. Revelation chapter 13. And verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Going back to, like in ancient Rome, they had the plebeians and the patricians. You had two sides, two parties, that people would pretty much choose between, but they spake as a dragon because together they weren't really for the people. They really weren't for their citizens. And the same thing is going on now. You have the so-called Democrats and Republicans, all right, one that caters to one group of people and another that caters to another demographic. But all in all, they're on one accord. They're both bringing those draconian measures. They bring about these unrighteous decrees. And that ultimate thing that they're about to do is implement an NWO and implement the MOTB, all right, the CHIP upon humanity. All right, so going back, that's that link. Verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, so that Roman Empire had that wound. It was wounded as if unto death. All right, but they fell out of power. Jake was ruling in Europe for 1,000 years in the so-called Byzantine Empire. And then Esau Edom came back into power. You read in Malachi, the first chapter, about them rebuilding. But the Lord is going to ultimately he's going to tear it down. All right, these Edomites, they're so damn proud because they were the Romans, they were the ancient Greeks, and they fell out of power, but now they're back in power. And now they think they're never going to fall. Like the scriptures say, that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So going back to what Homer said, he said, what did he say? Let's go back.
The end of civilization. Coming soon to an America near you.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
And that's exactly what that's exactly what Rome thought. All these different nations that the Lord raised up, because the scriptures speak about the Lord ruling in the kingdom of men and setteth up whosoever he will. The Lord prophesied of the different kingdoms that will come upon the earth, and every one of them has come. And they've had their time, and they've all fallen. So America's, it's bound to collapse as well.
Take a look at this.
The modern world, an inexorable march of progress.
Sweet.
Or is it?
We are slaves to the system. Close the supermarket and we starve. Cut off the tap. We drink our cat's blood.
And there's a saying, there's a lot of truth in humor. Yes, they're doing this in a humorous fashion, but listen to what they're saying. They said, cut off. What did they say? Let's play it again.
Sweet.
Or is it?
We are slaves to the system. Close the supermarket and we...
Well, we definitely are. We definitely are slaves to this system. Perpetual debt slaves. When you're born, they give you a social security number and a damn birth certificate. Making you property of the United States of America.
Starve. Cut off the tap. We drink our cat's blood.
And these are things that are going to happen. Yeah, he's saying this jokingly. This is supposed to be joking. And the average person, this is going to just go over their head as comedy. Oh, they're not being for real, but it's true. You cut the tap water, don't be surprised if you start seeing people drink their cat's blood or some shit, man. All right, the Lord is going to send famines of food and water. That's end time prophecy.
Survive in this new world. The man who is prepared.
Oh my God, this unsourced, undated video has convinced me beyond any doubt.
And I'm the guy you want to know when the stuff hits the fan. Homer, meet the Springfield Preppers. Now, Homer, what would you do in the case of an EMP? Electromagnetic pulse.
A burst of radiation that knocks out every electrical system in the country.
When things go south, the sheeple will clean out every supermarket in town.
Typical sheeple.
Homer.
That's what's going to happen. Hey, let me fan, you're gonna see it, in which there's already a lot of disruptions going on with the food markets, man. You know, look what's going on in the Netherlands. All right, those farmers are on strike for whatever reason. I have to look into that. All right, but you have empty ass shelves. All right, this is all prophecy. Yes, they're doing it in a humorous fashion, but the scriptures back this up, and the Lord's words do not go out void. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly appear. Shall suddenly be found empty. What are these modern day storehouses? These grocery stores. You know, they're full. They were full at one point. People thought, oh, you know, the trucks come in or whatever, but they're suddenly going to be found empty. People are going to pillage. You know, you watch the beginning of World War Z, you know, different movies like that. You know, and there it was all out anarchy, lawlessness. Even the cops weren't helping because they were trying to do for themselves. Something like a EMP attack, all right, where the grid goes down, so to speak. People are going to scramble. People are not going to know what to do. So going back, I want to let the rest of this play, though.
We all know America's collapse is about 3 months away.
6 weeks at most.
There's always one alarmist. Anyway, when the 4 horsemen ride, we want you and your collaterals right here with us.
Of course, this is a Bible reference, you know.
See? These are our bug-out bags. In here is everything we need to survive.
Survive what?
The looming kablooey.
It's reassuring to see you're aware of the future, but this is all a little creepy.
Creepy? Marge, the apocalypse is coming. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe never. But it's coming. And soon.
An EMP?
You know what that means?
Hand scissors.
Ow.
Day 37 under the dome. We are facing intermittent power failures, which...
Yeah, okay. Okay.
The internet is down. There was a couple things, man. They try to make it seem like people just gonna be, you know, able to deal with, you know, the lights going out, but they're really gonna bug out. And then in this case right here, you have the internet going out. Another thing that's prophesied to happen. We'll bring it out real quick. No need for a long explanation. We know what's to come. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. All right. Hey, the Lord's going to allow Esau to shut that power off. You know, at some point, they want to remove the prophets. They want to remove this truth. And likewise, once the allotted number of the elect, all right, is sealed, all hell is going to break loose, man. There's not going to be a need for teaching because that set number is going to be sealed. You know, you're going to have a multitude of followers that come in, even some at the last moment, but you know, that's what's needed. You read Revelation 7, that 144,000 is what's going to be needed to be sealed before all hell breaks loose. You know? So now you have what? The internet going out.
The internet is down! I don't know the score. I don't even remember who's playing. The apocalypse is coming. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe never. But it's coming. And soon.
I'm going to bed.
Good evening. It is with great sadness I inform you that America and China have declared war, and a massive nuclear attack is
World War
expected to
III.
reach our shores within the hour. That's the sort of hypothetical emergency today's disaster preparedness drill is designed to get us ready for. All Springfielders should now move off the streets and inside their homes. Please avoid the superstitious panic which marked the recent lunar eclipse.
What's up? Going crazy again?
I wish. Son, the best way to explain this is to show you some age-inappropriate movies. So, what have you learned so far from our post-apocalyptic movie marathon?
Guys who call themselves preacher or deacon are very bad. Water is money, unless gasoline is money. And even though lots of things are razor sharp, no one ever shaves.
Hollywood has taught you well, my son. Now let's push play.
In a dystopian future,
Finally, a movie about a dystopian future. Unlike the Hunger Games, Edge of Tomorrow, Oblivion, Elysium, Snowpiercer, The Hunger Games Catching Fire, X-Men Days of Future Past, Ender's Game, The Road, World War Z, Children of Men, After Earth, I Am Legend, Mad Max Fury Road, The Maze Runner, District 9, The Purge, Looper, Cloud Atlas, Divergent, Insurgent, The Island, Mr. Burns, A Post-Electric Play, and Chappie.
Whoa. Sir, the movie's been over for 20 minutes. You'll have to clear out of the theater and come back for the next show.
Don't!
Anyway, I'm gonna stop it right there. Yeah, you know, so they showed a lot, and they do it in a humorous fashion, but make no mistake about it, man. This is what, you know, hey, to an extent they're planning, and the Lord will allow them to fulfill a lot of these things. So, you know, let's see what we can end off on. Let's finish off with a couple. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And, you know, the Simpsons season is always in full effect, man. All right, we should always be, like I mentioned earlier, working out our own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, because you could be sifted, you know, by the smallest of things. You know, that's why we continue to pray, you know, watch as well as pray. All right, but also, you know, the physical adversary on the earth, Esau, Edom, they're trying to see who they can devour as well. You know, when they take away the liberties of the people can't go to work, people can't so-called provide for their families. A lot of these people are going to bug out, man. You know, they're not going to know what to do. All right, but the elect, they're going to stand firm. All right, and finally, I want to finish off with this. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Right? Hey, Jacob's trouble is at the door, man. You know, this thing can pop off at any moment, and you have to make sure that your mind is spiritually ready. You know, that you're spiritually ready to deal with all this. All right, now, you know, it's not a heavy burden. All right, the Lord requires us to have faith. All right, that's all we really have to do. We don't have to have no bug out bag. You know, yeah, it would be smart to have some extra water, do what you can, but we don't put all of our faith in that, man. Our faith is in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. The Lord said, my servant shall eat. The Lord told us to take no thought what we shall eat or what we shall drink. You know, that's what everybody else gonna be thinking about. But as for us, we seeking first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto us. So we don't have to worry like these other people, man. The Lord is gonna get. Hey, there's a set amount of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the 1/3 to be exact. That no matter what happens, the Lord is going to protect and preserve unto the end, so that the chariots can beam us up. Lord willing, we be of that fold, man. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen, and we don't know exactly how the Lord's going to come through. Just know he's going to come through for us, man. All right, but going back to this video, you know, Esau puts a lot of shit in his TV shows, man. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. And Lord willing, it hits off soon, man. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashemi, Abashab, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.